prime, who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather? Prime for prime.
Crawford.
Really?
Better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter.
His basics are solid. His fundamentals are solid. He's strong. He's physical. He's moved up and become, solid at a heavier weight than when he started in his career. He's grown into. He's got great experience.
Although Floyd Mayweather is regarded as one of the best defensive boxers of all time, there are rumors around the boxing community that he and Terence Crawford could have a terrible matchup. A pound-for-pound king like Crawford, who is renowned for his vicious combinations, keen timing, and capacity to adapt to any opponent, would seriously jeopardize Mayweather's legacy and health, according to experts. Mayweather is now retired and past his best fighting years. Many people think Mayweather should stay away from Crawford at all costs because he poses a risky challenge.
I think Crawford is way better than Floyd Mayweather.
Yeah, now that was a big take. And of course, he's fought both of them.
Yeah, he would know.
Yeah, so that was a big take. But
Not really.
I think so.
Both of them. Not for people who watch boxing. No, that's not. No.
Well, I just wanted to make sure that we sent that Terence Crawford some love, because he also talked a lot that night about how people underestimated him and thought, because people didn't really. He doesn't have the biggest star power, that he wasn't going to win the fight, and he definitely took that home. So congratulations to him. Now
What?
He doesn't have the biggest star power.
Oh, no.
Yeah, people were he was saying that people were underestimating.
Floyd Mayweather Jr. had a perfect 50-0 record when he retired from professional boxing. Terence Crawford is unbeaten and widely considered to be among the best defensive fighters of all time. A multi-weight world champion renowned for his ability to combine power, versatility, ring IQ, and altering stances. Comparisons, hypotheticals, and arguments about who could defeat whom in their prime naturally gain traction as Crawford maintains his dominance in his divisions.
Terence Crawford on Saturday has not only become the pound-for-pound #1 fighter, I honestly believe that he surpasses now Floyd Mayweather as the best fighter of this generation. That's what I believe.
If that was the goal by Floyd, to be undisputed, then he would have chased undisputed. He chased champions until he became the money draw.
Do you know that Floyd never unified any of the divisions he fought in?
Because he never had to. He was a draw. He just didn't have to. He done the hard work in getting there.
Terence Crawford started out his boxing career as a lightweight, and now he's gone up to super middleweight and become the undisputed super middleweight champion, beating a guy like Canelo who, listen, previously, man, he was wreaking havoc through that division. And Terence Crawford's just gone out there and taken the belt off him with, let's be honest, relative ease.
The renowned three-division champion Shane Sugar Mosley caused a stir when he implied that Crawford might be superior to Floyd Mayweather, at least in some Mayweather incarnations. Mosley emphasized Crawford's strength, adaptability, and guard-switching prowess, contending that these attributes provide him with dangerous offensive options and unpredictable angles. Crawford could win over Money Mayweather, he indicated. Mosley acknowledges that Mayweather, a younger, more aggressive, attractive boy, might be a different story and provide Crawford with a more difficult task.
Go ahead.
Did you believe or do you agree with the fact that Canelo is saying Crawford is better than Mayweather from an outsider's perspective, having not fought Crawford? Who do you think's better out of those two, Crawford or Mayweather?
I think Crawford is better, bigger. He's actually he moved in weight class, and I would say Crawford is a better fight all around fighter. Mayweather's really good too, though. You can knock him as well. He's very talented. It would have been a tough fight, but I think Crawford would have the edge over Mayweather because of the long arms and because it's bigger. You know what I'm saying? And he would have kept him at bay. It would have been hard for Mayweather to counter, maybe. But Mayweather's definitely a technician. I mean, like Crawford said, Mayweather has his era, and Crawford, this is his era.
Former world champion Tim Bradley has openly expressed his belief that Crawford would defeat a healthy Floyd Mayweather. He highlights Crawford's exceptional intelligence, adaptability, and timing. Bradley says Crawford has enough offensive and tactical tools to make an impact, even though he respects Mayweather's defensive prowess and quickness.
But Terence Crawford is also a master at distance. Terence Crawford has punching power to hurt Floyd Mayweather. We saw that in the Zab Judah fight now.
Yeah, Shane too. Shane hurt him with the right hand.
Shane did hurt him as well.
Yep.
And did he fight Shane? But did Floyd fight Shane in his prime? Do you think he fought him in his prime?
No.
Exactly.
And
Max,
Zab wasn't quite a Shane-level fighter. That's true. Listen, it'd be a great match.
Amir Khan has stated his admiration for Crawford and his belief that there is a good chance Crawford could defeat Floyd Mayweather. Khan notes that Crawford has remarkable timing in the ring, noting his ability to break rhythm, make accurate adjustments, and carry out cunning game plans. When Khan thought back on his own battle with Crawford, he observed that Crawford could punish openings with well-timed combinations and frustrate opponents by making them miss by fractions. Additionally, he thinks that Crawford is better than a lot of well-known welterweight fighters and that even Mayweather's renowned defensive skills might not be able to handle Crawford's combination of offensive skill, ring IQ, and versatility.
Look, when I was in the ring with him, even though towards after the 1-2 rounds, I started getting my rhythm. But I have to say, put on the best fights I've ever faced, honestly. And I've faced the likes of Canelo, and I was at boxing fights like him. Every fight I've lost previously was when I was up on points, and obviously might have got caught with a good shot and got knocked out, whatever. But with Crawford, his timing was so on point. I mean, like, what a great fight he was, technician. And I'll always, look, I'm not a hater in any way. Look, even though the fight went the way it did, but I just think his timing was amazing, and just everything about the game plan he had for the fight. I mean, he's a brilliant fighter. You cannot take that away from him. And if he was to fight any welterweight, being Manny Pacquiao, being Errol Spence, being even Floyd Mayweather, I think Crawford would beat a lot of them, maybe all of them. Even and the only fight I would say for him would be a good fight technically would be someone like Mayweather. But I really think he would beat me.
Former two-division world champion Carl Frampton has stated that he thinks Terence Crawford's performance against Canelo was more than just a victory. It changed his perspective on Crawford's position in relation to Floyd Mayweather. Frampton contends that Crawford has advanced to a point where he could contend with Mayweather at his peak due to his dominance against Canelo, especially the way he managed the fight, dealt damage, and set the tempo. Frampton contrasts finishing force, ring generalship, and technical skill. Crawford's performance in that bout was comparable to the standard performances that are frequently cited when talking about prime Mayweather.
I feel that Crawford is going to nick it. I think if he does nick it, it does kind of have to be a stinker. He has to move and use his feet. I think Canelo's feet aren't what they once were, but certainly he's a stronger man in the fight. I think we're going to see a very close one, possibly even a draw, but you put a gun to my head, I would say Crawford in a close points decision.
You talk a bit about the fight maybe not catching fire in the way some are expecting. If Terence Crawford is to win the fight, does it have to be that sort of fight? And leading from that, can he hurt Canelo Alvarez?
I don't think so. I mean, look at the shots guys like Golovkin bounced off Canelo's head. It's almost like he's unhurtable. We seen him hurt by Miguel Cotto's brother a number of years ago, but that was it really, and he was a young boy. So I think that I don't expect to see Terence hurting or being able to hurt Canelo. But there's a way he can win the fight, and that is by outboxing him.
If Terence Crawford does win, as you're predicting, does he rival Alexander Usyk for that number 1 pound-for-pound spot?
I mean, you have to start. I've never really thought about it, but that's a good question, and he'd certainly be in.
Particularly after Terence Crawford defeats Canelo Alvarez, Shakur Stevenson has stated that he believes Crawford is just one fight away from becoming the subject of the greatest bout of all time. Crawford's skill set, movement, and boxing IQ are highlighted by Stevenson, thinking he has the means to counter Canelo's attack and turn the battle in Crawford's advantage because of those attributes. Additionally, he implies that defeating Canelo, who has been regarded as boxing royalty, would not only add another championship to Crawford's resume but also serve as a turning point that would alter how boxing history views him. According to Stevenson, defeating Canelo would solidify Crawford's reputation among the greatest of all time and make it difficult for detractors to refute him.
Bud beats Canelo convincingly, right? Would you put him above Floyd, an all-time great?
See, I ain't
Give me a solid answer. Come on, Shakur. Don't dance around that, bro.
I can't get into that because at the end of the day, it's like.
But that's just an opinion.
It's opinionated.
Right, I want
Regardless,
your
it's
opinion.
opinionated. My opinion on it, I think Bud is the greatest of all time after doing this.
Okay.
But
thank you. That's all I wanted.
Floyd is the greatest of all time in my eyes too. Like the shit I don't watch with him is like he's one of my favorite fighters. So,
I know.
50-50.
Crawford has responded to frequent comparisons to Floyd Mayweather by stating that he does not see any direct similarities between their careers or techniques. He highlights the fact that Mayweather competed in a different period with different opponents, promotional plans, and public perceptions. Crawford's path, however, has taken a distinct course. Crawford also maintains that although comparisons might spark fascinating media discussion, he will only ever concentrate on his own control, maintaining consistency, picking the appropriate fights, and honing his craft. For him, proving himself in the ring against real, elite competition is more important than comparing records or speculative bouts. Instead of evaluating his accomplishments in relation to Mayweather's legacy, he views them on their own terms.
Everyone is going to start making comparisons with your legacy to Floyd Mayweather. How do you feel you compare with Floyd with the resume you have now?
Listen, Floyd was the greatest in his era. I'm the greatest in my era. It ain't no need to compare me to Floyd or Floyd to me.
You talk the talk and you sure walk the walk. Your confidence and aura is on another level. Could we see a run as a light heavyweight?
Nah, we ain't going out that much.
No.
Additionally, Eddie Hearn called one of Mayweather's exhibition bouts horrible, claiming that such incidents damaged boxing's image. Stephen Smith accused Mayweather of picking opponents who weren't as good as him, claiming that his decisions were motivated more by money than by a desire to carry on his boxing heritage. Smith asked Mayweather directly in an interview if he prioritized his fortune over his legacy.
Money Mayweather up until recently didn't have any money, so Floyd is the highest earning athlete in his career, making over $1.1 billion. And after making a killing, he ended up retiring in 2017. However, he dug himself into a hole after making super lavish purchases like this LA mansion. It was so bad that he actually owed $22.2 million to the IRS, which made him have to come out of retirement to pay that back. Like and follow for
Floyd Mayweather's latest round of exhibition bouts has drawn harsh criticism from boxing experts who contend that they compromise the sport's purity and his legacy. One of the primary grievances is that these exhibitions are mismatches, frequently matching Mayweather with YouTubers, influencers, or less than elite fighters instead of actual competitors, which lessens any competitive merit. Critics believe that these fights are more intended as money-making schemes than as athletic battles. Up until recently, Floyd Money Mayweather had no money. With a salary of almost $1.1 billion, Floyd is the highest paid athlete in his career. Additionally, he retired in 2017 after making a fortune. But after making extravagant acquisitions like this LA property, he ended up in a hole. His debt to the IRS was so large that he had to take time out of retirement to pay the $22.2 million he owed. For more, like and follow. Oscar de la Hoya has been very outspoken in his criticism of certain exhibitions, calling them vulgar and demeaning boxing. Analysts have questioned the entertainment value of taking on YouTubers, arguing that the show is not very honoring. Skill.
I want to say, but I won't say it. But other than Leonard Ellerby is a boxing man. He knows deep down that was absolutely horrendous. And the other thing is as well, when you got a guy in the environment that we're living at the moment, right, after a tough year for a lot of people, to come out at the press conference and just basically laugh at people and say, I just took your money. It was a bank job. It was a heist. It was like I conned you into, I mean, those pay-per-views in America, I think they were like $60. I mean, he basically just took the piss out of the fans. But I don't blame him, he made an absolute fortune. Good luck to him. I'm not having a go at Floyd Mayweather. I'm just a fan who's allowed to give my opinion. Absolutely dreadful. Even Floyd Mayweather was embarrassed at a press conference after. He basically said, I'm not doing that again. The biggest winner was Logan Paul. I mean, he's just gone 8 rounds with Floyd Mayweather. And actually, at times...
Did you think he got knocked out and held up?
No, I think at times Floyd Mayweather was actually really trying. But anyway, it was what it was. But it all comes back to the pressure is on us. Not us as in me and Matchroom, but it is on boxing. If we don't make good fights, you're going to see more and more of this. Because if Gervonta Davis against Mara Barros is doing 100,000 buys, and Andy Ruiz against Areola is doing 80,000 buys or 100,000 buys, and you got that doing 1 million, what are the broadcasters going to want? That. We have to save boxing. We, not just me, all of us. And the fighters have got to step up, the managers have got to step up, the trainers have got to step up. We've got to pay the money for these guys to have real fights. And that's what you'll see at Fight.
Many in the boxing community have questioned the legitimacy and value of such bouts in light of the recent revelation that Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson will square off in an exhibition fight in the spring of 2026. Mayweather has fiercely retaliated against those who have criticized his exhibition bouts, arguing that they are a respectable means of staying competitive and earning money according to his own rules. He contends that retirement should not imply complete seclusion, but rather the capacity. Many in the boxing community have questioned the legitimacy and value of such bouts in light of the recent revelation that Floyd Mayweather and Mike Tyson will square off in an exhibition fight in the spring of 2026. Mayweather has fiercely retaliated against those who have criticized his exhibition bouts, arguing that they are a respectable means of staying competitive and earning money according to his own rules. He contends that retirement should not imply complete seclusion, but rather the capacity to.
When you're great, when you're elite, not just anybody deserves to be in your pristine space. And what I mean by that is, I'm not talking about on the street or anything like that. Boxing is your thing. Ladies and gentlemen, you can't see just anybody on the basketball court playing against LeBron James. He won't do it. He doesn't have to. It's a waste of his time. You might see footages of Dwayne Wade training his son. You don't see Dwayne Wade playing against just anybody. He's not doing it.
There is more than just buzz behind boxing experts' cautions that Floyd Mayweather should avoid a fight with Terence Crawford. Discussions over who is currently at the top have changed in light of Crawford's recent performances. Bob Arum and other promoters now think Crawford might defeat a top-tier Mayweather. In the end, many analysts believe that facing Crawford will have more drawbacks than benefits unless Mayweather returns in peak form with lightning-fast reflexes and a tactical appetite. Rather than entering a battle when legacy is already at stake, it could be safer to let Crawford steer the conversation.
Dubai, pick up a couple dollars. You know, they upset. See, they upset because I'm able to milk the game. I was smart, kept all my faculties, made a lot of smart investments. So, you know, when great people like Warren Buffett, Bill Gates, the Waltons, the people that own Walmart, Walgreens, when they're getting money in their 50s, their 60s, their 70s, 80s, and even 90s, it's okay. A young kid like myself from the inner city, from the ghetto, I worked my way to the top. I was able to leave boxing on my own terms and keep all my faculties, kept a lot of my money. So they're upset that I'm able to go out there and continue to make 40 and 50 and 60 million outside the ring. You can't get mad. Yo, listen, this is what God wanted.
Former two-division world champion Carl Frampton has stated that he thinks Terence Crawford's performance against Canelo was more than just a victory. It changed his perspective on Crawford's position in relation to Floyd Mayweather. Frampton contends that Crawford has advanced to a point where he could contend with Mayweather at his peak due to his dominance against Canelo, especially the way he managed the fight, dealt damage, and set the tempo. Frampton contrasts finishing force, ring generalship, and technical skill. Crawford's performance in that bout was comparable to the standard performances that are frequently cited when talking about prime Mayweather.
And who would have won, Crawford or Mayweather, prime for prime?
Crawford.
Really? Why?
Because Crawford is a unique kind of fighter that other fighters haven't seen. And the ability that he has to switch, you know, fighters aren't used to that. They don't train for that. I just think Crawford is a very, very unique talent.
What are your thoughts about it? If they ever faced off, does Crawford have what it takes to defeat Mayweather? Or does Mayweather remain unchallenged? Tell us in the comments section below.